The battle between Mac and Windows has never been closer, and in 2025, the fight is brutal. On one side, the MacBook Pro 16 M3 Max, Apple's most powerful machine ever, claiming to crush every gaming and creative task with insane efficiency. On the other side, the ASUS ROG Zephyrus G16, armed with Intel's 14th 8th Gen Core 1 9 RTX 4090, and one of the best mini LED displays on any Windows laptop. So the real question is, has Windows finally overtaken Apple, or is the M3 Max still unbeatable? Let's settle this once and for all. Starting with raw power, the M3 Max in the MacBook Pro 16 is a 40-core GPU monster, packing 16 CPU cores, 48GB or 96GB of unified memory, and a massive 400GB S-memory bandwidth. It's built on 3nm architecture, making it the most power-efficient, high-performance laptop chip ever. Apple is flexing hard, claiming double-digit performance gains over the M2 Max, while sipping battery like it's an Ultrabook. Meanwhile, the ASUS Zephyrus G16 is bringing Intel's Core 1 914900HX, a 24-core, 32-thread performance beast, paired with an NVIDIA RTX 4090 with 16GB of VRAM. On paper, Windows finally has an answer to the M3 Max, but does that actually translate into better real-world performance? For content creators, both machines are monsters. The MacBook Pro is crushing 4K and even 8K ProRes video editing without breaking a sweat, thanks to its hardware-accelerated media engine that speeds up Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve, and even Adobe Premiere. Export times are brutally fast, making this the go-to machine for filmmakers, YouTubers, and professionals who don't want to wait. But here's where things get interesting. Windows finally caught up. The Zephyrus G16 with the RTX 4090 destroys GPU-accelerated tasks, rendering DaVinci Resolve timelines faster than the M3 Max thanks to CUDA cores. Even 3D artists using Blender or Unreal Engine will feel the massive power of the RTX 4090. But, and this is a big but, if you're using Apple's optimized software ecosystem like Final Cut or Logic Pro, the MacBook still pulls ahead. Now let's talk gaming. This is where Windows has always had the upper hand, but the M3 Max is throwing a curveball. Apple is pushing Metal Effects upscaling, ray tracing, and AAA ports like crazy, and games like Resident Evil 4 Remake, Baldur's Gate 3, and Death Stranding are running natively, looking shockingly good. But let's be real, the Zephyrus G16 destroys the Mac in gaming. The RTX 4090 is on another level, pushing over 150 FPS at 1440p ultra settings in Cyberpunk 2077, while the Mac struggles to hit 60 FPS at best. Even with Apple's new game mode, it's clear that Windows is still the king of gaming. But for casual gamers or Mac users who also need a beastly workstation, the M3 Max is at least putting up a fight. Displays are another massive difference. The MacBook Pro has arguably the best laptop display on the market. A 16.2-inch Liquid Retina XDR mini LED panel with 1600 nits peak brightness, perfect color accuracy, and promotion 120Hz refresh rate. It's a creator's dream display, with zero backlight bleeding and deep blacks rivaling OLED. The Zephyrus G16, however, fights back with a mind-blowing mini LED panel, pushing 1100 nits brightness, 100% DCI-P3 coverage, and 240Hz refresh rate with 3 ms response time. If you're a gamer, the Zephyrus is miles ahead with its refresh rate, but if you care about color accuracy and HDR, Apple still holds the crown. Battery life? Not even a contest. The MacBook Pro M3 Max can easily hit 14 hours of productivity, while the Zephyrus G16 barely scrapes out 5 hours even with efficiency tweaks. Apple's silicon is just too damn efficient. If you need a long-lasting machine for work, the MacBook obliterates Windows laptops. Now the final question: which one should you buy? If you're a creative professional who values battery life, color accuracy, macOS stability, and seamless performance, the MacBook Pro 16 M3 Max is the best option, hands down. But if you want absolute raw power, unbeatable gaming performance, and flexibility with Windows software, the Zephyrus G16 with RTX 4090 is a no-brainer. For once, Windows has a machine that actually competes with Apple in power, display, and even some creator workloads. But macOS users who want the ultimate blend of efficiency, stability, and long-term value will still swear by the MacBook. Apple isn't winning this battle as easily as before, but it's still standing tall.